Hi, I'm Alice.
Roger, how did you get here?
I came about these lands together with my friends. We landed on a field, the one that's behind the frozen lake.
The glade behind the lake? And how did you manage to get out? Since we were little, all of us were told not to even approach that place, or you'll turn to stone.
That's exactly what happened to my friends. You know, for a while I was having a dream. An illusion somehow planted in me. As a result, it seems I released a woman's spirit from a mirrored confinement. Can you tell me what you know about that place? The one that's full of stone statues.
I'm not really too informed, but I see that this can't be for the good. How about I take you to the head advisor? A couple of hours ago, we experienced a strong earthquake, and now, you see, the bridge is in a disastrous state. Hold the clamp. We'll need it to repair the bridge. Now, tighten that part of the bridge and secure it. I'll do the other side. It has to be done at the same time. The head advisor's office is in the town hall, and it's located on the level above. As you can see, the staircase got damaged during the earthquake. The rockfall was strong. Sorry, Alice, but first I'd better go down and see if anyone got hurt. Once I'm back, I can help you. Meanwhile, you can wait for me at my place, okay? Here's the key.
What an unusual key. It's wood, as if it had consciousness, grew inside the keyhole and the latch opened. I don't really want to waste time. I'll still try to get upstairs. And Roger, I hope, will figure out where I went and catch up. It must be the town hall. Excuse me? Is anyone here?
Yes, we are. Can you help us out? The entrance door slammed shut during the earthquake, and we still can't find the key.
Wait, I'll try to work something out.
You made a key?
Yes, I went upstairs, but the town hall's front door was locked, and I tried to make a key by myself. There are people locked inside there, and I promised to help them. Come on.
What's out there, Roger? What happened?
The destruction was bad, but it could have been more catastrophic. Everyone seems intact.
Who is that with you? It was you who released us?
My name is Alice. Yes, it was me who helped you, but I'm afraid it was I too who caused the earthquakes. It all started when the three of us, my friends and I, saw what looked like a safe spot, and we landed on a field. And then we noticed it was full of stone statues. After that, I was transported to some other reality.
Wait, are you saying that you just walked out of that glade?
Sounds like a wild fantasy of a girl. And where are your companions?
They turned to stone, and that terrible woman that lured me in is to blame, right?
The Gorgon? You saw her? One way or another, you should also have been turned to stone.
I don't know the reason. Perhaps because I have certain powers.
Oh yes, the powers to tell fairy tales. So where do you think the spirit of Gorgon is now?
I just saw how she emerged from the mirrored surface and rushed away, turning into mist.
Then we have a serious problem.
Is there any way to help my petrified friends, Ray and Farador?
They're the last thing that concerns us now. I appreciate your opening the door, guys, but assuming you're not lying, the spirit of Gorgon is freed from her imprisonment. We must immediately alert everyone about the impending danger.
Roger, what do I do now?
I don't know how to help you. Although, let's go see our scientist. If he doesn't have any advice, then no one does. But to see him, we'll have to cross to the opposite side of the gorge. Albert prefers to live in solitude. You can see a suspension bridge control cabin up ahead. It was equipped by Albert, and if needed, we can move the bridge itself with the help of those big balloons. That's his home. I hope Albert is there. Albert? Closed. That's strange. He's not on our side. I checked everything out half an hour ago. Let's try to get inside. What if something happened to him? This is the plumber's house. They say he was one of those who unintentionally went into the glade of the stone statues, and, well, he didn't come back. Why didn't I think of that? Albert is in a trance. He induces himself into this state on purpose. That's how he gets his worthy ideas.
And we can bring him out of trance back into his senses?
For cases when he goes into too deep of a trance, Albert leaves his special pollen. Let's take a look around. It seems that this jar had the pollen, but there's none left. Looks like everything is against us. Maybe there is a recipe somewhere? Albert must have prepared the pollen somehow. Maybe we can too. And there it is, along with detailed instructions. We'll have to gather the necessary ingredients.
Hello, guys. Looks like you've brought me out of a deep trance. I think I've finally found an effective way to suppress the aggressive outbursts of higher mammals. And who is this with you, Raja?
This is Alice. She came here straight from the field of stone statues. Can you believe it? She and all of us now need your help.
I didn't mean to, believe me. But it's because of me the evil spirit of that woman has been set free.
The Gorgon? Nothing worse could have happened. You need to know who you have freed. Medusa Gorgon was a hideous creature living in our lands. For a time she was considered one of the most beautiful women in the world, until she was cursed by the higher powers. And since then, instead of hair on her head, there were snakes sprawling out. And her gaze instantly turned to stone anyone who dared look into the cold eyes of this hideous creature. For many years, she has been instilling fear in local residents. The Gorgon was defeated only due to one man's smart idea: covering himself with a shield that had a smooth, mirror-like surface. He was able to approach the danger of death so close that the Gorgon, looking at the daredevil's shield, saw her own reflection and turned herself to stone. After that, the Gorgon's body was sealed in the temple, and her spirit was imprisoned in the mirror of that shield. But nothing has changed. Anyone who unknowingly comes too close to the shield is turned into a stone statue. Even being in the mirror world, Gorgon has continued to enchain human souls into stone while waiting for a chance to destroy her prison. For centuries, there have been pilgrims who, by accidentally wandering into the temple, have become other victims of the Gorgon spirit. And then you came along. And with the freed spirit, if we assume that the ancient warning is true, then if the spirit of the Gorgon manages to find and connect with her petrified body before the last ray of the sun, the creature will regain strength, more powerful than ever, and we shall face certain death. The Gorgon will be thirsty for revenge.
We have so little time. What do we do? Can it be prevented somehow?
Well, we must go to the Gorgon temple and hope that her spirit hasn't found the place yet. If I recall it correctly, all the related information was buried in the temple, along with the petrified body of that terrible creature. But we don't have any time to spare.
But the temple is behind the dark forest, and at this time of day, the poisonous bats wake up and start hunting for prey.
We'll turn to Kazian. He has special crystals that scare them off very well. Hello, Kazian. I'll get straight to the point. Are you taking any measures to stop the spirit of the Gorgon?
We are, but I don't have time nor, frankly speaking, desire to report on them.
But would you still let us help you?
Well, we want to get to the temple, but in order to do so, we really need crystals to go through the dark forest.
2 teenagers and an old man against an ancient beast? I get it. You want to top off the temple's galley with 3 new statues. Well, it's your choice. Here's the key. Crystals are in the treasury, just don't get in my way.
It looks like this is the place. I saw this building in my dream.
But the entrance is sealed.
What's that green liquid? It's everywhere.
Well, they say that this is nothing more than poison trickling down from the snakes on the head of that terrible woman. And apparently, even the petrified snakes of the Gorgon still excrete that poison. What I know for sure, this question caught my interest in my youth, is that the poison forced darkness itself to bypass our lands.